As I work with brands throughout the world, I consistently see the same challenge. You want to lead the future, but it's difficult to know where to put your focus. With so much noise in the world, it's very difficult to stand out.
We have every option available to us, even the stupid ones.
All this stuff is making it harder for you.
So we create RSS feeds and filters and try and consume as much as we possibly can.
And a lot of times we think, well, let's just read the right materials, let's study the right things, and we can predict this disruption, right? We can track where the disruption is going to come from. And then disruption turns out to be goat yoga. How do you take all of this and predict the future? The answer to this challenge is non-obvious thinking. And non-obvious thinking is something that has driven the last 10 years of my life. In the process, I speak at over 40 events a year and hundreds of virtual events, and I've also interviewed all sorts of authors, academic folks, researchers, and published these insights through books, articles, and business guides. As a result, the brands we serve sell more, attract more creative minds, and they earn more attention in the market. So how do you learn how to do this? How do you learn to be a non-obvious thinker? Non-obvious thinking is a way of describing the people and the practice of seeing what no one else sees. So what is a trend? A non-obvious trend is a unique, curated observation of the accelerating present. So let's dive into some of these non-obvious trends. And so with every trend that I talk about, I pair it with what I call stealable ideas. And the stealable ideas are ways of taking a trend and making it something useful that you do something with. All of the trends in the grocery market have been towards automation, right? Self-checkout, get everything in your basket, scan it in yourself, do it all yourself. We don't even need people, right? Amazon's launching entire stores without people, and yet here's a retail experience that's so beautifully empathetic because they say, you know what, some people don't want that experience. Some people want something more human. P&G is doing the same thing with herbal essences, redesigning their bottles to have these touch dots or lines. So anyone who had low vision could feel the bottle and tell whether it was shampoo or conditioner. And guess who else that was useful for? Everyone who has their eyes closed in the shower, which is literally everybody. So sometimes when you're designing based on empathy, you end up designing for everyone, and it works beautifully. One of the things that people love about the trends that I bring into my talk is that they're always applicable for every industry that I walk into. And ultimately, they're learning the skill set of becoming non-obvious thinkers. And it really brings it to life for them in terms of how do they take these trends that they learned about and the practices of becoming a non-obvious thinker and use them in their daily lives. What if we could be the ones who see the world because our heads are up, who could be more observant? What if we could be the ones that see the patterns that no one else sees? Because if you can embrace the idea of being a non-obvious thinker, you can see what nobody else sees, and maybe you can even learn to predict the future.